Dear students, our topic of today is articles. An article is a determiner. As a determiner, it signals the coming of a noun after it. For example, this is a book. We can't say this is book. This is milk. We can't say this is a milk. That is an egg. We can't say that is a egg. Articles are used with nouns, but not all the nouns are used with articles. So it is necessary to know which nouns require an article and which doesn't, and which article to use when one is required. Kinds of articles. There are two kinds of articles. Indefinite article, a or an is indefinite article. Definite article, the is definite article. Indefinite uncountable nouns and plural indefinite countable nouns usually do not take an article, such as she bought milk, not a milk, not the milk. He bought her toys. But nouns like these usually take a determiner, some any, to indicate a certain quantity or number. For example, she bought some milk. She didn't buy any milk. He bought some toys. He didn't buy any toys. Since some and any, these are determiners, are used as substitutes for articles, they may be called quantitative articles. Articles and number system. The use of articles is linked to the number system of nouns. A or an is never used with a plural noun. For example, we say this is a pen, but we can't say this is a pens. That is an apple, we can't say that is an apples. But there is not governed by the number system. So it can be used with singular nouns and plural nouns as well. Look at the birds in the tree. So now it is clear that the use of article a or an is for the singular, and there is definite article that is used for both singular and plural. Indefinite article. A or an is known as indefinite article. A or an is an article, so it belongs to the class of determiners. As a determiner, its position is before the adjective. For example, a good book, an intelligent girl. A or an is placed after predeterminers like many, much, rather, what. For example, what a man he is, not a what man. Many a man was injured, not a many men. He gave such a talk that everybody fell asleep, not a such talk. She is quite a beauty, not a quite beauty. A or an is placed after adjectives when they are pre-modified by as, so, to, how. For example, how fine a place it is. It is too observe and answer. The choice between A or N is determined by the initial sound of the word following it. Both are used for the singular noun, but the sound determines. If the word begins with a consonant sound, use A. If the word begins with a vowel sound, use N. So the sound determines whether we use A or N. A is used before consonant sound, N is used before vowel sound. Note that consonant and vowel refers to sound, not to the letters of the alphabet. The sound decides, not the alphabets. A, E, I, O, U are letters of the alphabet, not sounds. Sometimes we think them as sounds, but actually A, E, I, O, U are letters. So before using A or N as an article, we should see the sound of the noun, and the sound is the deciding factor. A is used before a word beginning with a consonant sound. For examples, a book, a cat, a dog, a fan, a university, a European. Now we can see that words beginning with U, EU have initially Y sound, so they take A as an article. For example, unit, utensil, union, utopia. We say a unit, a utensil, a union, a utopia. O pronounced like W is a consonant sound, so such words take A. For example, a one-eyed man, a 1 rupee note, a one-act play. N plus vowel sound. N is used before a word beginning with a vowel sound. For example, an apple, an egg, an ink pot, an hour, an honor, etc. etc. Words beginning with a mute H take N, not A, such as honest, honor, hour, honorary, honorarium. He is an honest man. We had an hour's rest. It is an hour to me. This is an honorary post. Hotel, historical, habitual, humble. That is a hotel. This is a historical novel. He is a habitual drunkard. This is a humble beginning, and is not acceptable here because in current English the H in these words is pronounced. So in this way it is clear that A is used before consonant sound, N is used before vowel sound. N is used before a number beginning with a vowel sound. For example, this is an 18-player team. He is an 80 years old. But this is a 5-year-old child. So it is clear that the sound is the deciding factor whether we are to use A or N. The choice of A or an does not always depend on the initial sound of the head noun. It depends on the initial sound of what follows it immediately. It can be an adjective or adverb placed before the noun. For example, an honest man, an extremely difficult problem, a great artist, a very amusing story. A or an is used before a singular countable noun that is mentioned for the first time and does not refer to a particular person or a thing. What is this? This is a bus. What is that? That is an orange. There is not possible here. A singular indefinite countable noun cannot be used without a or an. We don't say this is pen, that is elephant. Uncountable noun without a or an. An uncountable singular noun does not take a or an. If something is not countable, if we can't decide whether it is singular or plural, we can't use a or an. For example, this is water, this is sugar. We can't say this is a water or a sugar. That is ink, oil, not an ink, oil. A or an is used before a singular countable noun when it represents a class, when one means all or every. That is called a classifying function of a or an. For example, a horse is an animal. The meaning is all horses are animal. A triangle has got three sides, means all triangles. Leaving out the indefinite article gives rise to ungrammaticality. Birds has got wings. Horse has no horns. So the sentence becomes awkward. That's why we use article here. A or an is used before a singular noun denoting profession, occupation, post. For example, he is a teacher, he is a German, she is a Christian. We don't say he is a barber. She is sales manager. Article is required here. A or an is used before a noun denoting a degree title. He is a graduate. She is an MSc. Not she is BA or he is PhD. Article is required. A or an is used before a noun expressing the rate. Fish sells at 50 rupees a kilo. She can type 40 words a minute. Bananas sell at 5 rupees a dozen. He goes home once a week. A or an is not used with per because a or an has the same meaning as per each. 5,000 rupees per month, not per a month. 50 kilometers per hour, not per an hour. A or an is used before a verb used as a noun. He has gone for a walk. Have a look at this book. He gave a talk on grammar. An uncountable noun takes a or an when it is treated as a countable noun. For example, it is a cold day, countable. It is cold in the winter, uncountable. Drink a glass of milk at night, countable. That milk is warm, uncountable. So we decide whether the noun is countable or uncountable. Notice how a or n plus uncountable becomes countable in these cases. To have a weakness for, to have a fancy for, to have a pain. So in these the uncountable becomes countable. A or an is used before an abstract noun to denote a kind of quality. He has received a good education. The applicant has a working knowledge of Hindi. A or an is used before Mr. Miss, Mrs. plus surname to indicate that her identity is not known to the speaker. A Mr. Smith wants to see you. A Mrs. Meenakshi gave me her letter. The use of a or an makes a definite name indefinite because a or an means a certain. The use of one instead of a or an is dated. A or an is used before the name of a person or country or province or state to mean one like. We have to build a new India. We think he is a Maradona. When a or an means one, they can be interchanged. I bought a pen, one pen. She has got a car, one car. In this sense, one is more emphatic than a or an. A or an does not always mean one and is therefore not replaceable by one in the following. A bird has got wings, not one bird. He is an engineer, not one engineer. She has got a headache, not one headache. With hundreds, thousands, etc., one is preferred to a or an because one is the more precise of the two. Therefore, in banking and legal documents, a or an is not used in place of one. I gave him a check for 1,000 rupees, not 8,000 rupees. But we say about 100 houses were damaged. In this way, it is clear that the use of a or an is before a singular noun. Thanks.